Alright, so we'll get back to where we were and go back at it. I really wish I had like restraints. Yeah, I bet you it is hard to report. You can just make up sounds of my brother and I fighting each other, I guess. Yeah, I'm out of breath. It's a little bit annoying, especially because I haven't really been able to exercise for like 5.5 months because of a groin injury. I get more out of breath than necessary from intense wrestling, which is basically what just happened. Time down or something to be pretty. I'm just getting, it's just fast because I'm getting back to where we were. We had seen till right about here, so now we'll go back to normal speed. Yeah, this is like, actually this is a little bit before where we were at. Yeah, groin injury for like 5.5 months. Stupid shit. This thing's like never heal. I was in pretty good shape. I was in like, I don't know, 17 low 5K shape, but now it's been so long that definitely more out of shape than I'd like to be. Anyway, going back to the cast itself, see the probe is going to go ahead and actually it's still alive. So I set it alive now for 5 minutes straight, so doing a good job with that even if it is just being chased by a single slowling. And his Stargate about to finish, so he will have the probe in there almost certainly until the Corsair is out, so he'll have almost complete scouting the entire time. And we do see the 4th hatchery going down for Pike, as well as the Spire. And it looks like Pike is going to return his Lings back to the base. Maybe wants to finally get rid of this probe completely once and for all. Or actually, it looks like no, never mind, he's sitting with 2 Zealots. So probably just make an extra pair or 2 of Lings and clean these up. Looks like we had a slight pause. I think we may have already seen this, but either way, we'll see it again. Honestly, he'll probably win most of the fights because I have more of the runner build. I keep myself on the lighter side, and he does a lot of strength training and puts on a lot of mass. He's got like 20 pounds on me. I'm like 5'8", 150-ish, 155, and he's like 175, and pretty built too. He doesn't have much fat on him. So you can see Ling's chasing after these Zealots, and probably going to clean them up. And let's see here. Got the Hydrogen. It leaves one gap here for the SimCity, but I guess he could close that off with another building if he absolutely had to. And we do see, well, let's see. We got the Corsair going out. Going to continue up the production of that. Is there going to be a Robo? There is indeed. Alright, so we are going to see most likely some Corsair Reaver type play. It doesn't look like it'll be the dedicated 2 Stargate variety, probably just the 1 Stargate variety. Just gonna pick off an Overlord here before any. I thought it's a little odd that 2 Corsairs are out and there's no Scourge yet. I don't know. He's getting quite a few kills. Does he have 2 or just 1? He's gonna get a 3rd kill actually. And still no Scourge are out. He's actually, maybe it's because he's forced to make Overlords. Well, no, he's making a pair now. I don't know if that was initially why he had to make them or not. Let's see, there's the Robotics Bay getting pretty close to being done. And then we got another shuttle coming out right now. And being chased by Scourge. He's going to have to go home, wait for a second, regroup. Oh, there's one Corsair needs to be careful. Oh, nice reaction there by Fold. Does not fly into the Scourge. And Overlord speed's getting fairly close to being done, so still a little bit of time where he could get some harass potential. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it was. And whoa, sending out a bunch of Scourge in a little bit of a arc here, maybe just trying to find the location of where these Corsairs are at. And it looks like he's going to pick off a Scourge. Oh, I don't know. Oh, just checking position on the army. And let's see here, we've got 5 or 6 Corsairs, and we're getting the Reaver out. And 2 more gateways, 3 more gateways, so there's going to be a ground transition here. Where is the shuttle speed? What is our status of shuttle speed? I have the skill of not being able to recover, though. I think that's what's the most different, actually, is like... Oh, we'll commentate this action here for the moment. Being chased by a few Scourge. Oh, and of course... Corsairs actually easily eliminating, don't take any damage, so nice job there. Really good hold position, I guess if you can call it that, but it does take down all those Scourge, doesn't lose anything. And he's getting a pretty good massive Corsair, looks like 6-7, and oh, actually this is a little bit dicey. He doesn't have shuttle speed yet. How close is that? Where is his support bay? Still a little ways away. He's got to be very careful escorting this shuttle around, or he will absolutely lose it to Scourge. Dropping, is going to go for a little, looks like a little bit of Reaver Hats on the drones. One shot goes off, and it's a decent one. He gets about half the drones there at that expansion. Looks like 4 or 5 right there. Oh, he's flying over the Spore Colonies, and Hydra needs to be careful with the shuttle. Oh god, I think he's going to lose it. He drops the Reaver trying to get out with the shuttle, and he does escape with the shuttle. But unfortunately, this Reaver will donate his life to the Zerg. So I don't know how good of a trade that was. 4 or 5 drones for a Reaver. I guess that's worth roughly the cost of Reaver, and we got a few Lurkers being burrowed outside the front. And, oh, okay, I was like, is this going to be a drop? But no, he's just pulling some Overlords there. Doesn't want the Lurker he has there to get sniped by like the lone DT or something like that. And where did that shuttle go? Okay, it's going to need to pick up another Reaver, which Fold is definitely making, and Fold is actually making a ton of Corsairs. He's got 6 or 7, I think, in this bunch, vaporizing those Scourge. That looks like 6, but he's got 2 or 3 more back at home. And now flying up here, no Overlords though, but there's a Spore Colony for DTs and a lot more Scourge being hatched. I'm kind of surprised he's making this many Scourge, but I guess he's just going to have them around to try to pop the shuttle if it's vulnerable or out away. You'd think if he was going to make this many Scourge, though, he'd at least add a few Muta to kind of help soak that damage and give the Scourge their opportunity to hit. And lots of units outside the front for Pike, but really I don't think there's any chance to break. It's a pretty narrow entrance. He's getting 3 cannons, adding a 4th, and has 2 Reavers there. So he'll be in pretty strong shape with that. And actually, interestingly enough, Pike is not opting to glitch drones around the back, perhaps feeling he isn't comfortable enough dealing with the Reaver, and is just going to take an open expansion that is at the natural of the other main to gain access that way, and that will give him access to 4 gas, which right now he's going to be a little low on gas, still playing off just the 2. And oh, the Corsairs for Fold going a little bit idle, and at the same time, Zealots are being dropped over here. They've killed a drone, and we can see that it's going to take down the Spore Colony, and the rest of the drones are going to have to flee now. We'll see if he goes for the hatchery, trying to get a few of the fleeing drones, and is actually going to chase after them. Now Hydras are going to come back to defend, and he'll probably try to fire down the hatchery. I don't know if he can quite get it, but he is trying to defend in a few places. Fold generally keeping up the multitasking, but a little bit, I don't know, I guess you could say just a tiny bit sloppy. The Corsair is occasionally idling, but still hasn't lost too many, and has gotten a few more Overlord kills, and now it's a question of will he get this hatch right now? It's going to be close, but I think it's just barely going to be saved. Oh man, close at just 122 health. And unfortunately, the Corsair is running into a little bit too much Spore Colony action right there, and he does lose another Corsair. I don't know if he got a kill or not. I'm not sure why he killed the Spore Colony, though. Instead of targeting, if he would have gone straight for the hatch, certainly would have gotten it, but did not do that. And oh, one Corsair straying from the group. He is a goner. And at the same time, we've got a shuttle with Zealots, and this base over here has units a long ways away from it. Might drop here, but no, is not going to opt to do that. And the big army from Pike kind of going around the center, but Fold doesn't really have any intentions of engaging that right now. He's just actually still on 2 bases out. Now dropping the Zealots, he's coming back for the hatchery, and I think he will get it. It's so low on health. He just needs to target it down. I'm a little surprised the lair is being made there. He's making a backup lair. That is a bit strange. Was that a misclick or what? But it looks like he's not canceling. And now targeting drones and the hatch. The hatch only has 10 HP. It does go down, so finally the Zealots do return and pick that off. And he is actually getting a few drones over here at the back as well. The Sunkens do finish. Will one drone be kept alive to make the hatch? Oh yeah, definitely going to glitch on top of that and keep that alive without any trouble. And if we take a look here, we can see that the supply is really pretty even. Fold just now getting his 3rd base. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point, Justin saying that the lair gives it more HP, so he was trying to do that so he could keep it alive, but unfortunately the lair morph not finishing in time. And these 2 Corsairs, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they might be on patrol, I can't really tell. They were kind of going back and forth. Yeah, it looks like they are indeed patrolling, looking for drops potentially along that route into the main. With a few Hydra over there. No, I guess the Hydra are also just patrolling for, like, shuttles. Oh, shuttle! The shuttle has been seen. It's loaded with High Templar. We'll see what he can do with this right now. He is flying in behind the main. The shuttle, he gets 1 High Templar off. The Storm is too slow, though, but he gets still not that many drones. He gets, like, 3 drones and some Lings. Not really all that great of a Storm, especially given the rest of the cargo was lost. That was not the best of trips. And we can see this one lurker at the front being killed off, but honestly, I'm not sure Fold really has the army size to go take on everything that Pike has out here. There's a lot of Hydra, and that appears to be only one Templar with Storms. It's only got 2 Storms. Perhaps with Reaver support could do something, but not at the moment. And here we go. Well, okay, so 2 Corsairs cannot kill even a single Scourge, and whoa, Fold in danger of getting flanked hard on both sides. Actually, not that hard on that side. Looked like a lot more units than was. There we go, coming down, but he's just going to retreat back to his cannons, throw down some Storms. Does Pike want to engage in this choke? It's quite narrow. He's going to lose a lot to that Storm. That Storm, although not a ton died, it softened up a ton of units, like really a significant amount. 1 Corsair still hatching Overlord there on the side just from patrol, and this 1 lurker at the front is going to die. Not that many more lurkers, but that is, again, what we're seeing. There's the lurker count not that high because the gas restriction has for so long been only 2 geysers for Pike. He's just now getting access to his 3rd. And honestly, Pike probably feels pretty comfortable with his position. Fold's army is not all that beefy, and he actually holds the supply lead. And judging by the size of Fold's army, that doesn't really look like a 120 supply army. He might be a little bit lower on the proc count, but he does have the 2 Reavers now here to bust. We'll see how his control is. There's not many lurkers out in front, so he can be leading with his zealots now. Probably ought to pull them back with his army. Where are the Storms? Oh, coming forward, a Sniper Reaver. Can he pick it up in time? Yes, he does. Good control there from Fold. Does he have any more Storms to drop, or is that why we're not saying, oh, 1 more Storm, but it's kind of a dud, only hitting 2 or 3 Hydra? And still lots of army there from Pike, but the Reavers are there to deal damage. The shuttle gets Scourged. Now he can go target fire the Reavers he wants. First one goes down, the second one also goes down. A decent Storm hitting a few Hydras there. And Fold trades pretty evenly with that army there. Let's take a look at the supply. Yeah, pretty even trading, but honestly, I'm not sure if even trading is what he needs right now. I keep seeing these red dots over here thinking there's going to be like some crazy drop. And he is reinforcing, trying to break out of here, but honestly, Pike really seems to be in a pretty good spot. I mean, even supply is not that scary, and Fold's army is really not that big. Once he gets a little more out in the open, he should be able to flank it and just kill it off, especially since it's like almost an exclusively goon army. Taking a look at the upgrades, we can see 1-0 against 1-1. And Fold wisely pulling his army back as there's a lot of units coming. A Storm is thrown out preemptively in the front. It actually hits some units, but not that many. And a second Storm goes down. This one a little better, but still most of the units running right through it. And there are not enough lings to kill this off. I'm a little surprised Pike is coming at it, but I guess he figures it's small enough right now that if he just sends stuff at it, he'll eventually kill it off, and Fold will never really be able to move out. But he is opting to be very, very aggressive right now. Made it about halfway across the map. And yeah, at the moment, Pike is just keeping Fold on his side of the map with constant sort of unit aggression. And the supplies for both players really pretty low. Fold, like 10 supply up right now, so he has kind of reversed that deficit with his efficient trades with the Reavers and such at the natural. But his 3rd was not that fast, and now it looks like he's going to take this Expo over here as well as attempt to gain access to the double gas. So now it's a matter of dealing with this, though. I mean, that's a hip and a skip and a hop, and he's right over there, able to attack that double gas. I mean, once Pike notices that there's no Corsairs really to stop that drop from happening, he'll definitely have to add cannons or something. And now we've got an attack from Fold coming over here toward the left side of the map. Lots of units from Pike streaming in. The question is, how many Storms are left? And the answer is only 1. I hope it's a good one. I mean, the army from Fold isn't, you know, huge by any means, although getting into that choke, it might have the ability to hold. He's losing most of the drones at this base from Fold, and now all the lings are running in. Can he drop the Money Storm? Pike is trying to get the surround off. Fold is not dropping the Storm, but it seems there are not enough Zerg units, so Pike is actually going to lose this base right now. So a nice move from there, putting Pike back on 2 bases, and Fold staying alive in this game. Actually going to go up here and finish off all these drones, perhaps checking for hatch as well. I don't know if he knows there isn't one up there. And it looks like he is not going to give final chase to the... Oh, actually, he is going to go up here with his army and give final chase to the drones. Maybe even going to go as far as to check the back door. This is a bit odd place for the army to be, though. As if Zerg were to... Although I guess there's not really that many bases in danger of counterattacking, but I will say it's a long ways to run back. I think he might be looking for those drones, but they've gone to hide at the bottom. And it looks like he is going to leave without pursuing them. And if we look here, Fold, yeah, is now back up at about a 20 supply lead. Oh, we got some drop loading up over here. And it looks like he's going to go drop this 3rd base, which is not all that defended. And knowing that Fold's army is out of position, this could do a little bit of damage. And there we go, the drop moving does Fold. Notice it. He sees 3 stray Overlords. The Dragoons are going to intercept. He will get all of the Overlords, I think, this one, and it will go down. He stops the drop. Okay, he doesn't stop the drop entirely. There's actually still some stuff being dropped. Is it going to be enough to take out the cannons? Fold's army is pretty far away. I think he might lose his 3rd base. Are there any units to scramble back into position? No, it looks like the 3rd base is going to fall for Fold. And that will get Pike right back into this game. As we can see, Fold's main is getting pretty dry, and the natural as well. Fold getting very low on minerals, and he's leaving some of his army behind here. This is pretty sloppy. I don't know if he's panicking a little bit, thinking, oh crap, or if he wants to leave it back to defend or what. Now it's coming up. He's running a little bit into lurkers. There's no obs here and no Templar. Okay, here comes some of the rest of his army, but he's got to get it together. He needs to do a lot of damage with his attack to get back in this. Although at the same time, it's only 3 bases as well for Pike, although Pike is kind of opening up access to the back pass. Oh, Fold does still have this base over here, so that's not as bad as I thought. Never mind. Totally forgetting that he has the access to these bases as well, although it's still unfortunate that he lost that base. It looks like we had another pause. Fold still holding the supply lead. I'm surprised this base hasn't been harassed that much, but it really doesn't show any signs of duress. Now he's back. Okay, he's maintaining his control over the center and maintaining a nice supply lead here over Pike. So if we look here, 1, 2, 3 mining bases for Fold as well as the double gas, and Pike obviously just on 3 bases and only 2 gas right now, although he is going to start trying to take some expansions over here. You can see he's already glitched 1 drone across. The rest of the drones kind of like, we don't really know how to get back to that hatchery. We're kind of lost. Anybody want to teach us? Okay, so we got a bunch of lurkers being made up here for Pike, who has finally stockpiled quite a bit of gas despite just being on 3 bases. Fold actually not mining from his double gas yet, canning this base up to deal with that super close dropping. See, Fold producing a lot of Templars right now, very mineral starved at the moment, has lots and lots of gas, and start adding Archons to this composition, get Templars to the other bases, kind of do whatever he wants. Looks like he's just kind of Overlord hunting. He's getting rid of Pike's map vision in the center, so he doesn't know exactly where Fold's army is, adds that uncertainty. Oh, a little Zealot popping over here, getting a kill, and finally sends an Overlord to transport the drones across, as is necessary with a map like this. And we can see Fold's kind of doing a good job just sitting on his eco, although South Park is doing a pretty good job. I hear a drop loading. Where is this drop? Aha, here it is. Alright, so we're going to have a big drop from Pike. I would love to see, honestly, especially later on like this, some Templar or something over here. I don't feel like you can adequately defend these expansions with cannons, especially if defilers come into play, which should become an issue here very shortly if there isn't already a defiler in this Overlord cluster. Alright, here we go. Here we go. A bunch of Overlords coming in. That is a lot of cannons, so I don't think this drop will work. How much is in these Overlords? Yeah, they weren't very loaded, so this is going to be deflected easily. And I guess with the fact there's Corsairs, and there's the Templar I was talking about. And oh, the shuttle, though, gets scourged, and I think that had 2 or 3 other Templar in it. And over here, I am not sure. We've got 1 Zealot. I wonder if he's going to try to glitch it over. That would be... Oh, he's going to cannon from the back. Okay, super annoying, but I like this. This is the kind of stuff that makes Outsider fun. You can just get stuff over here and do this kind of stuff, and honestly, Zerg might not be able to respond to it in time. He'll certainly lose some mining time. I don't think he'll kill the hatch, but he will certainly lose some mining time before Overlords ferry units back over to that base. And it looks like we've got 2 Scourge. I don't know what they're doing. They are going to somehow get that... Oh, no, they're not! 1 Scourge hits, but the other Scourge does not. And over on this side, Hydra's being super annoying, so both players doing a little bit of super annoying stuff, kind of denying these side bases. And this Defiler, where the hell is it going? It's on some journey. It can't be scouting the back base. Is it going to go to plague this? Does he... What does he want to do with this Defiler? Either way. I'm not really sure. He's got a few Templar over here. He's got the 1 over here now. He does not have Kadarin yet, though. And now we see, finally, maybe the... Oh, it is... What the is this really a scouting Defiler? If it is, I have no idea if this is intentional or incidental, but if it is, this is the best thing ever. He's actually going to say that Fold wants to make cannons over here. He's going to get a little bit of a warning. We can see a bunch of his units moving down here. Don't think he needs to send that money to kill off the cannons, but he may want to drop over at this base. He did kill off the Defiler, still not making any cannons yet, and now it looks like he's coming to engage, but this is kind of a bad engagement angle. It's very much in a line for the Zerg, and honestly, well, Fold's kind of walking through it. He's not attacking. Part of his army literally gets cut incidentally and accidentally by Networth Pike, and he ends up donating about 5 or 6 goons there. And now has Crackings out. Lots of goons as time comes in. Lots of lurkers running in, and Pike is doing a very aggressive attack, but I don't think he wants to fight it. These cannons, I'm a little surprised Fold isn't dropping the storm. Seems to be waiting maybe for the lurkers to burrow, or does he just not have energy or what? No, he's got tons of energy. I don't know why storms aren't being thrown. What is going on? There were 5 Templar there that could have stormed, but they do nothing as the entire army of Foe just gets obliterated. And now Pike trying to burst in the front doors. Is this going to be enough? There's still tons and tons and tons of storms, but none are being thrown down. What on earth is going? What is Foe paying attention to? I'm looking signs of things on the rest of the map, but that was really strange. Fold is somehow going to live this, but he hasn't used a single... And what is going on? I do not even understand this right now. Is this replay bugged? Like, I'm honestly wondering at this point what is going on. It might be bugged from the pause because the minerals are really high and units are behaving very oddly. I'm beginning to think this might be bugged. Let's see if anything is being made still. Yeah, it looks like they may have a paused replay bug because that doesn't make any sense. It's gotta be, because there's nothing being made now from Pike, and that's not consistent with an A- player with 4K. Okay, so apparently we're going to say that Pike won, and Justin's saying to go next game. Damn it, paused replay is why. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 pauses, but the first few pauses didn't seem to cause any problems. That's weird how some spells pass and some spells don't. Oh, it only happens when you save? Interesting. Okay, that could make sense. That would actually be a lot more logical than it randomly happen. Oh, wrong way for that sign, unfortunately.